Well, Deb Murphy filed this report for Sierra Wave Media in what could be described as one of the gutsiest local moves, at least in the past couple of years. Inyo County is in the process of claiming eminent domain on 267.89 acres of Los Angeles Department of Water and Power land in Bishop, Lone Pine, and Independence. The parcels make up Inyo County's landfill sites. Now, according to Inyo County Council Marshall Rudolph, the process began last March when the county sent the department notice of its intent, along with an invitation to send an appraiser to determine the value of the land with Inyo's own appraiser. LADWP didn't take them up on that offer, and the county proceeded coming up with a valuation of $522,000 for all three parcels. Now, the pre-condemnation offer went out in May. The department declined the offer and will now conduct its own appraisal. In a phone interview, Council Rudolph explained a government entity can condemn or claim eminent domain on land owned by another entity based on a more necessary public use. It looks like we have a good case for a stronger need, said Inyo County Supervisor Jeff Griffiths. The county is mandated by law to deal with trash as a health and safety concern. As for the next steps, Rudolph said the Inyo County Board of Supervisors will adopt a resolution of necessity at a meeting probably in mid-August. From there, it's to court or to a negotiation on price. The landfill issue came to a head in January when the Inyo County Board had little choice in signing off on a 400% increase in the Bishop landfill lease payment to LADWP. Inyo County was in violation of weight allowances on its CAUS recycle permit. LADWP wouldn't sign off on the new permit that would have increased those allowances without a signed lease. Now, the previous lease, expired in 2009, was $4,900 a year. The new 3-year lease would hold that price for 2 years, then go up to $22,637 a year. Now, included in the 53 lease changes were a number of other scary requirements. The department would monitor water use and charge 57 cents a ton for dirt used for trash cover. The department could terminate the lease with 180-day notice. LADWP would keep track of new regulations and require a 14-day compliance period, far shorter than those imposed by the regulatory agencies, and the county would have to comply with all City of Los Angeles ordinances in addition to federal and state regulations. Now, as bitter a pill as that was to gag down, the alternative was a $10,000 a day fine for weight allowance violations. Cal Recycle won't wait forever, Assistant Administrator Rich Benson told the board. The increased lease costs would parcel out to $19 more a ton charged to commercial haulers on top of county fees increases to eat away at the deficit incurred in operating the landfill. It would have been a heck of a lot easier if LA had acted like a good neighbor, Supervisor Griffiths said in a phone interview, but they use the landfill too. But if this is what it takes, we're happy to do what's necessary. We thank Deb Murphy for that report. Well, we're getting information from Mono County Public Health Officer Richard Johnson about a summer resident of Mono County who was hospitalized in serious condition with a laboratory confirmed infection caused by the Sinobre virus, SNV. Infection results in what is called hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. And also, a Mono County resident recently suffered a bite from a bat on his fingers. Press release notes he did all the right things. He killed the bat, presented himself to a hospital for post-exposure rabies, and had the bat sent off for testing. Laboratory confirmed that the bat was infected with rabies. Now, that full press release and associated links are posted on our website, sierrawave.net. Well, Deb Murphy filed this story. Driving range, woodlot irrigation, dog park, and campground greening were just a few of the suggestions residents of Big Pine came up with for potential uses of recycled water. This was at a recent workshop. Inyo County's Water Department secured a $267,000 grant to cover a feasibility study through the State Department of Water Resources. Mitigation Manager Larry Freilich put the town meeting together with consultants R.O. Anderson Engineering to get community input on potential end uses. Now, the list will be evaluated and narrowed down to 5 based on a scoring system. which will be based on several criteria, including the cost of maintenance and of operations and economic potential. The community will have the opportunity to narrow that list down to 3. Then, following a report on the finalists, one project will be selected, again, by the Big Pine community. Now, with input from consultants, Big Pine residents came up with some traditional projects: irrigation for a Christmas tree farm, irrigation for the tribe's economic development zone landscaping, and Mendenhall Park trees. Other suggestions that could require additional treatment process were fish farm. Tilapia was the recommended fish, ballpark irrigation, and a dog park. Brianne Vaughn, president of the Big Pine CSD, suggested irrigation for hops in support of a Big Pine brewery. Deb Murphy's full story posted on SierraWave.net. Well, we're getting information from the Napoles family that on July 7th, U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of California dismissed a petition for writ of habeas corpus under the Indian Civil Rights Act that was filed last December by attorneys for the Worley-Napoles families. Now, in his order, U.S. District Court Judge Dale Drodge cited Santa Clara Pueblo v. Martinez and the recent Ninth Circuit ruling on Taveras versus White House as the standard definition for detention. Judge indicated that only continued physical confinement or permanent banishment by a tribe could confer habeas jurisdiction to the court. We'll note that that full press release and accompanying documents have been posted on SierraWave.net. We'll be back with more news.